In 2017, we went to Lake Clark National Park in Alaska. We flew from Atlanta to Anchorage, got on a small charter plane with Lake Clark Air into Port Alsworth, where we took a bush plane and flew to Turquoise Lake. Enjoy our trip as we hike through the Twin Lakes region over the next 7 days.
Don't leave me alone at this time, for I'm afraid of
We dropped off another group at Pedro Bay on our way.
You told me that I would find a home within the fragile substance of my soul, and I have filled this void with things unreal, and all the while my character is.
A highlight of the trip for me was the bush plane rides through the park. It's amazing how low they can fly in that terrain. It's so cool to get that close to the mountains and to fly over all the different rivers and everything within the park.
It seems that all my bridges have been burned, but you say that's exactly how this grace thing works. It's not the long walk home that will change this heart, but the welcome I receive with the restart. Oh, darkness is a harsh term, don't you think? And yet it dominates the things I see. Darkness is a harsh term, don't you think? And yet it dominates the things I see.
Planning our hike out of Turquoise Lake.
Stars, hide your fires. These here are my desires, and I will give them up to you this time around. And so I'll be found with my stake stuck in this ground, marking the territory of
Alaska, round 2. Least favorite part of the trip, that would be day 1.
and I will give them up to you this time around. And so I'll be found with my stake stuck in this ground, marking the territory of this newly impassioned soul. But you've gone too far this time. You have neither reason nor rhyme with which to take this soul that is so rightfully mine.
We got dropped off at Turquoise Lake, and our goal was to make it to the top of the pass, the mountain pass. We didn't make it. We didn't make it past the pass. Reason for that was the entire terrain was rocks.
Coming back dissatisfied, elementary song, but it's so my love affair with everywhere was innocent. Why do you care? Someone start the car, time to go. You're the best I know. My sunny side is up and died. I'm betting now when we collide, the universe will shift into a low. The travesties that we have
gave it 10 hours today after flying in from Port Alsworth. Started at 11:30 a.m. and called it a day at 9:30 p.m. We ended up shy of Emerson Pass. This spot at 5,200 feet next to a small glacier will have to do for camp today.
Right on the verge, just one more dose. I'm traveling from coast to coast. My theory isn't perfect, but it's close. I'm almost there, why should I care? My heart is hurting when I share someone.
Really admired it for what it was, to be next to this glacier in Alaska that, you know, is in a remote location that very few people get to visit. And then we had these beautiful white Dall sheep all around us hiking on the cliffs near the camp.
I'm motivated by the lack of doubt. Concentrated, but I'm not devout. The mother, the father, the daughter. Oh, you don't form in the wet sand. You don't form at all. Oh, you don't.
I'll have to go, holding me like gravity are places that pull. If ever there was someone to keep me at home, it would be you.
We got to the top of Emerson Pass at 5,600 feet after hiking for an hour and a half. We planned our route down the other side. You could see the western Twin Lake looking down the canyon to the southwest.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear.
You know, this year hiked not a lot of miles, but it felt like a lot of miles. Our average daily distance was about 7 miles, and that was 9 hours of hiking.
This town, we might never make it out. I was not born to drown. Baby, come on. Forget what Father Brennan said. We were not born in sin. Leave a note on your bed. Let your mother know you're safe. And by the time she wakes, we'll have driven through the state. We'll have driven through the night. Baby, come on. If the sun don't shine on me today.
Quick shoe recovery by Marky.
Bridges break. Well, you lay your sound down and dig your.
Our camp for day 2 was about a mile short of our planned target. 0 for 2 on the trip. However, we felt good knocking out 8 miles and dropping 2,700 feet for the day.
Couldn't even see the sky. How do you pay the rent? Is it your parents?
Blueberries were a must on this trip. as we burned through a lot of calories the first couple days when we were getting low on food.
I don't wanna live like that, yeah. If the sun don't shine on me today, if the subways flood and the bridges break, Jesus Christ can save me tonight.
Did I mention there were no trails in this park? The brush was thick in many areas. This is an amazing place, but you have to work for every step.
Yeah, decide on us. Oh, yeah, Lord, yeah, Lord. Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse. Take a withdrawal slip. Take all of your savings out. 'Cause if we don't leave this town, we might never make it out. Mama never told him there's a devil in me. I got a mouth full of rotten and a heart full of greed. Shovels and dirt, shovels and dirt. Well, it ain't worth living if you don't get hurt.
I think what we underestimated was how physically demanding that type of hiking was. When you're in tundra, you're sinking up to a foot. When you're up outside of the tundra, you're on loose shale rock, slipping, and you're always working your core muscles to compensate. And then the bushwhacking, you're just constantly, it's a full body workout. Extremely challenging, and gave a whole new respect to blazing a trail.
Well, it ain't worth living if you don't get hurt. I got a head full of darkness, and darkness is good. 'Cause if we all die young, then we don't get hurt. Alright. Well, demons pull me side to side again. Yeah, well, I'm scared to sleep and I hate my friends. Shovels and dirt, shovels and dirt.
Finally got to wet a line on day 4 in the morning. Caught a lake trout after trying a few fly patterns. It was a much needed breakfast.
Awesome. Now, we didn't get to wet a line for the first 4 days with the ass kick of a hike that we had. But after we hit the Chili River, it was on. And we caught grayling, rainbows, lake trout, and of course, sockeye salmon.
I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving, it keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving, it keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving, it keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving, it keeps us moving.
Grayling were fun to catch as usual, hitting on imitation egg flies.
It keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving. It keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving. It keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving. It keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. It keeps us moving. It keeps us moving. I put a banjo up into the sky. Got a head full of darkness, and darkness is good. 'Cause if we all die young,
pistol and I'm ready to leave.
Jimmy was killing the sockeye salmon on this trip. He pulled this one out of a pool of about 40 in the slack water by the swift current in the bend. Landed him after a good 10-minute fight. The heavy rain did not slow us down. Catching countless grayling kept us warm, and we landed these nice rainbow and lake trout. Catching that big rainbow was another highlight for me. It was running up and down the river. I thought for sure I was going to lose that guy. But man, he stayed on there and put up a good fight. But landing that size rainbow was a highlight for me. Probably one of the biggest rainbows I've ever caught.
When you left, I was far too young to know you were worth more than the moon and the sun. You are still alive when I look to the sky in the night. I would wait for 1,000 years, I would sit right here by the lake.
Great experience. One of the days the last day, I got completely spooled on my 9-weight rod. Lost all my float line, all my backing. One of the big boys got into the current and lost them.
The sound of your name will say that you're gone, that I should go on. I wonder how.
It is always a bittersweet moment when the plane arrives after a week in the wilderness. However, we miss our families back home and look forward to seeing them in a couple days. Since we did not make the day trip over to Pernenke's cabin, the pilot gave us a quick flyby. Our dinner was ready when we landed back in Port Alsworth. There was no time to shower after 7 days in the backcountry. family-style seating. The other guests claimed we did not smell, but I'm sure they were just being nice.